Around the nation, the 4th of July is meant to celebrate the United States' independence. But just how patriotic are we as a country? And has the definition of patriotism changed? CNN's Brian Abel is taking a look at these questions.
It may appear that tomorrow is a day where Americans set aside their differences and come together to celebrate the country. But with such a divided country and a presidential election coming up, the majority of U.S. voters say they are not proud of the country today.
The 4th of July fireworks bursting high in the air, a symbol of celebration for the United States of America, and so often accompanied by the broad stripes and bright stars of U.S. pride. But 248 years since U.S. independence, many Americans aren't feeling patriotic.
Patriotism is defined really broadly as feeling pride or love for one's country.
A Fox News poll out this week shows a majority of voters in the U.S. are not proud of the country today. And American Studies professor Elizabeth Anker says much of how people feel has to do with our politics.
For instance, in the Democratic Party, do you feel that the government is in the service of helping citizens? What we see in people in the Republican Party, patriotism might be, is the U.S. the strongest country in the world?
Also driving down pride, a shift in generations.
One thing we've seen over the past couple decades, especially in the last decade, is that younger people who have really not been supportive of many of the national policies, even when it's for a party that they support.
What could boost back up American patriotism? Anker says the country often comes together to find collective strength in the face of adversity.
Oftentimes it's a sense of sacrifice, of everybody being involved in some way to fight for the greater good. For instance, after 9/11, people came together to help one another out.
And Anker tells me there was a brief rise in patriotism when Barack Obama was elected, but we haven't seen a true sense of pride in over 2 decades since 9/11. In Washington, I'm Brian Abel reporting.